Hi, Mr. Bennett here. Just anticipating that you might be having some problems with questions 3 and 4. I'm going to do one or two of them, but I'm want to let you have a go at these, and certainly we'll look at them in class. Now, just looking at the first question here, 3a, find the equation of all horizontal tangents to this curve here. Again, the process there is to find the equation of a tangent. You need to know the point it goes through, you need to know the slope. Well, we've been told the slope because we know that's equal to 0. So if you do that, if you differentiate that, find dy dx, we know that the slope of that's equal to 0, and then you'll have a quadratic which is equal to 0. So what you can then do is you can find your x coordinates, okay, and once you've got your x coordinates you can find your y coordinates, and you should be able to find your equations of the tangents. So A and B are exactly the same sort of questions. I thought I might have a go at doing 3C for you. So find K if the tangent to this particular thing at a point where x equals 2 has a slope. Now, quite often in maths, when you're doing things, you don't know exactly whether you're going to get the right answer first time, but it's about having a go at it. All right, so let's have a go at that. What sort of things do I need to know? Well, I know I'm doing calculus. I know I'm doing probably slope of a tangent and that sort of stuff. So my starting point, I think, might be worthwhile finding my dy dx for part C. Okay, so no matter what, even if you're really not quite sure what you're doing, if you did that, you'd probably get some marks for the question. So that's going to be 3x squared plus 2kx, and then the 3 goes out and it's 0. Now we know that it's actually equal to 4, don't we? We know it's equal to 4. So the point where x equals 2, okay, so if we know that's equal to 2, so obviously when x equals 2, we're going to have 6 times by 2 squared plus 2k times by 2, and that's equal to 4. Well, the only unknown there is actually k, right? So I should better work that out. That's going to be 4 times 6, 24. Bring that across is minus 24. So therefore we can have 4k equals 4 take 24, which is minus 20. So therefore k has to be equal to minus 5. Now, because you're year 12, you don't have to show every step, and we know you can do basic algebra in your head. Alright, so do I have to do any more than that? Have I answered the question? Yes, I have. I actually found that I've used the concept of the tangent, the slope of the tangent, with my dy dx. Alright, so that's the key thing there. Now, I'd like to do maybe 4a for you. And again, the same concept is that when we're doing 4a, we've got two unknowns, and generally when you have two unknowns, you have to have two equations, don't you? So our equation for there is y is equal to ax squared. No, sorry, it's not x squared, it's just x squared. X squared plus ax plus b. Alright, so that's what it's actually equal to. And we've been given that the tangent to that, so you have to think about all the information you've got. You've got your tangent, which is x, 2x plus y equal to 6. So from that information there, that implies that y is equal to minus 2x plus 6. So we know the slope of the tangent, and we know that occurs when x equals 1. Alright, so again, not quite sure what I'm doing here. Know that I'm talking about slopes of tangents and all that sort of stuff. So I probably want to consider doing my dy dx first. Okay, even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to get some marks for that in the question. Alright, so that's 2x plus a, and we know that from this information is equal to minus 2 when x equals 1. Alright, so therefore 2 times by 1 plus a is equal to minus 2, and so they bring that across, a is equal to minus 4. Alright, so what are we having to do? We're having to find what a and b are, aren't we, given the information there. Now the other thing is, with that, we know that when x equals 1, we know where the tangent is in the terms of the equation over here. So if we use this equation here, okay, we know the slope of the tangent, we know the equation of the tangent, and the curve must be at the same point in that time there. So if we use this information here, we know that y is equal to negative 2 times by 1 plus 6. So that's going to give me an answer of 4. So we know that this curve and the tangent touch at the point 1, 4, don't we? So using the information I do have, I know that my equation is y is equal to x squared take 4x plus b. Right, so I can use that 0.14 and put that into there. So when I know that y is equal to 4 is equal to 1 squared, take 4 times by 1 plus b. So therefore, bring the 4 across, that's going to be 8. Take that as 7. So 7 is equal to b. So I've actually found that using information. So these questions in 3 and 4 are asking you to maybe work backwards. They might give you the equation, and they asking you to sort of make a connection between the slope of the tangent and the equation and the answer and the original equation. Alright, so no necessarily right or one way of doing that, but you need to be flexible to do some problem solving, keeping in mind that, you know, if you're not quite sure, do something. Have a go at it. That's what you do in maths. Alright, so good luck with those. We'll give you some more help in class with any of those ones that you're having trouble with. Alright, bye for now.